Hello parents, Grace here with Amazing Parenting. We're going to continue our video on children with manners. Thank you for all of you who said yes, let's hear some more manners that we can introduce to our children. So stay tuned. Okay, if you're new to my channel, this is Amazing Parenting. My name is Grace, and on this channel we do all things parenting. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're liking what I'm doing here, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment below, and of course share these videos. That's the only way we're going to get these videos in front of parents who really need these kind of talks. Thank you. Okay, so manners. I've got my notes here as usual. Let's go through manners, things that we need to be teaching our children for them to have good manners. Okay, so we're going to continue on. We've got about another 27 to go through. So the first one is using their sleeve to wipe their nose or wipe their face. We don't want our children to be using their sleeves to wipe their faces, wipe their nose, wipe their mouth. You know, always leave a tissue in your child's pocket or in their sleeve that they can always take out and use. Okay, the next manners is your children mumbling. When they're asked a question or somebody asks them, how are you? They're mumbling. Let them speak with a clear voice, nice and loud, nice and clear when they're being spoken to. So we don't want our children to be mumbling. Okay, our children shouldn't be correcting us as adults, us as their parents, in public. So let's say, for instance, maybe English is not your first language and you pronounce a word wrong and your child says, no, Dad, that's not how you say it. That's fine. There's no problem with your child, you know, correcting you if you've said something wrong. It's good. It shows that they know what the right thing is to say, but they don't do it in public. They don't do it in company. People have come round to your house and you say something and the child is saying, no, Mum, that's not how you say it. No. If they want to say something to you, maybe they're correcting you in something, maybe not even to do with language, just normal correction. They do it in private. Okay, so they correct in private. They don't talk over others. Somebody's talking and they want to get their point across and they're talking over somebody else or talking over you. No, when you're talking, they're listening. And of course, when they're talking, you're listening. So they don't talk over others. It's important that our children, you know, portray these manners, especially in public. But where they practice these manners is at home. So biting nails is not a good habit to have. So we don't want our children to be biting nails. I think I said this before about responsibilities, but I'll just mention it again. Children who have manners have small responsibilities that they maintain, either in housework or normal responsibilities that you give them as their parents. Eating in the street. Now, I know some people say, yeah, it's fine to eat in the street. Some parents say, no, they don't want their children eating in the street. If you have manners, you want your children to have manners, eating in the street should be kept to a minimum. They shouldn't be like tearing, you know, chicken drumstick, you know, from local shops and be tearing the chicken in the street or eating in their mouth is, you know, showing everywhere. So we don't want our children to be eating like that in the street. Okay, hurtful words. We don't want our children to use hurtful words either to us, to their siblings, or to their friends in school or in the community. We don't want our children to use hurtful words. Okay, mind their own business. Sometimes, you know, when you're talking as a couple and your child is butting in because they've heard something that they may know a little bit about. No, mind their own business. Teach your children to mind their own business. If the conversation is not about them, they mind their own business. They don't butt in and be saying, oh yeah, I heard that as well. And no, we don't want our children to be getting involved in things that's got nothing to do with them. So they should be minding their own business. They should thank the person who has cooked dinner. You know, sometimes we do dinner for our children, they eat, they take their plate to the kitchen and that's it, they've gone. They must say thank you to you as their dad, to you as their mum. Thank the person who cooked the dinner. That's respect. That shows manners. Not to swear. I said before about using hurtful words, swearing. Our children shouldn't use foul language. I think I mentioned that before, but it's important to reiterate again. No foul language, no swear words in the house, at school, in the community. There's enough vocabulary that they have that they can use words to express themselves. Even when they're annoyed or angry, there are other words that they should be using other than swear words. Okay, our children should not throw litter. They're in the street, they finished their tissue, they've got the tissue, they've wiped their nose and they just throw it on the floor, or a crisp packet, they throw it on the floor, or even at home, you know, they're sitting down watching a DVD, they've got snacks with them and they're just throwing litter on the floor. Or when they're finished, they haven't picked the litter up and put it in the bin. So let's make sure our children are not leaving litter anywhere. Our children, if the child is going through a door, they hold the door open for the person behind them. Really important. And if you've got sons, teach them to hold the door open for girls. I know we're living in an era now where all this women's lib and all that kind of stuff, but gentlemen still should be gentlemen. Let your sons, you know, open the door for you as their mum coming through, or their sister. Teach that. Teach those common manners. You know, somebody's coming through the door, you hold the door open for them, whether you're male or female. Okay. Don't comment on physical appearance. You know, your child sees somebody in the street. Oh, mommy, look at him. He's got, or no, you only give a comment when it is complimentary. Oh, she's got nice hair, or she's got nice shoes, or I like his thing. You only give comments when it's complimentary. Don't talk about people's physical appearance negatively. Okay, I've said this before, don't interrupt adult conversation. So if your child wants to talk to you, you're talking to your friend as an adult, your child comes and says, excuse me, Dad, can I tell you something? Or say excuse me to the person who you're talking to. So they must excuse the conversation before they just butt in. They just can't jump into your conversations. Okay, so when you ask how they are, they return the reply. So you say to the child, how are you? The child says, I'm fine. The child then says to the adult, how are you? Uncle, auntie, grandma, how are you? They return that phrase to them, back to them. How are you? Okay. When they've spent time at their friend's house, because they've gone there for a play day, or they've spent the day there, or your friend is babysitting for you, they thank the other parent. They thank their friend's parent for having them for those few hours, or for the day, or for the evening. They thank the other parent. That shows good manners. When the phone rings, they're answering your phone, they introduce themselves and they ask, who's calling? Who may I ask who's calling? They answer the phone with respect. Okay? And they say they're grateful. Say thank you for the gifts that they get. You know, sometimes we always say they get a gift. Say thank you, you know, where's your please, where's your thank you? They always have to say thank you when they receive a gift. And also if they receive a gift and you're not present when the gift is given to them, they always come to you and show you the gift. So you have an opportunity as well to thank the parent, and also you know that they're receiving a gift from somebody. So it's important that our children are thanking people for the gifts that they receive. Okay, even if they're feeling bored, they don't sit there and be yawning and rolling their eyes and, oh, I'm bored. Maybe they're in assembly at school, or you've got family over, you've got friends over, and they're sitting there. They don't act bored. Maybe, you know, they've been watching a program, their own film, and somebody's come over and they've got to turn the film off, or they've got to lower the volume, and they're bored. They don't express their boredom in public, or, you know, for people to see. Okay, we are nearly there. We're nearly there, just a few more. If they're to hold, when an adult asks them to do something, they're to do it without grumbling. Oh my goodness, how many times do you ask your child to do something, they're like, oh, you know, children have manners. They don't do that. Yes, mom. Yes, dad. And they go away and do it. Yeah, they might do it. You know, they don't want to wash up. They don't want to tidy up. But they do it respectfully. They respect you because you are the one asking them to do something, or their teacher has asked them to do something. They don't roll their eyes or kiss their teeth or shrug their shoulders. That, you know, we want them to show manners when they're interacting with adults. Okay. When they're eating, they keep a napkin or a tissue on their lap. So if food falls or they need to wipe their mouth, the tissue's there at hand. They don't need to, again, wipe their mouth with their sleeve. So keep a tissue on their lap, close by, so they can, you know, use it if any spillages from the food or drink. Okay, getting closer to the end. They don't, again, at the dinner table, they don't reach across the dinner table to get food or to get other plates or cups. They ask, can you pass me that? So they're not reaching over other people's food. They're not reaching over other people's cutlery. So they ask, please, can you pass me the juice? Can you pass me the potatoes? They ask before they reach over and take food from the table. Okay, this is the bit to do with social media. They're not to write anything on social media in anger. So they've heard something and they're angry and they want to reply. They're not to reply in anger. They're not to write anything on social media that you as their parent would be ashamed to read, or their teacher would not like what they've uploaded on social media. So it's very important that children with manners, they just don't upload things on social media because other people are uploading things, you know, their body parts, or they just don't upload things on social media because, as we know, and we'll have explained to our children, that social media, once you upload something, is there for life. Okay, I think this is the last one. I love this one. Carry shopping. If you've done the shopping as the parent, your children, if they're obviously old enough, they carry the shopping. I remember I was going shopping and this mum was in front of me. She had a little toddler. The little toddler was carrying some of the shopping, and I just thought, how sweet. Good, what good training. Your children should be carrying the shopping. Whether they're bringing it into the house or they're out with you, they should be the ones carrying the shopping bags. Okay, so I hope that is a good for all the parents who said, yes, do some more videos on manners. Okay, so I just want to end there by saying all parents can be great parents. It's a journey and we will get there.